welcome to the Hangout, guys. Very first episode, a new show. I've had a bunch of ideas for shows. I never execute. Well, I said if I don't jump on it right away, I never will. So here we are, guys. Thank you guys for being here. I'm very excited because this is going to be an all panel show all the time, right? If we don't have a panel, we won't be here. And it's going to be usually, I'm going to try to make it for every Wednesday. If not, if I got to change the times or change the day, it'll happen. We got to adjust. But let's say hello to the panel. First and foremost, let's welcome. You guys may know of him. He's been around the community. He doesn't really know much. He doesn't really do much collecting in the community, but he's world renowned for his body swapping. Welcome, Luch. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for coming out of retirement to be here.
You know what, Fabi? I figured, how can I, humble as I am, thank the community? And that's by me showing up to this one and only Hangout Wednesday until further notice. So I'm glad to be here. Nefty, good to meet you. Joker, always a pleasure in the community, in the chats. Bobby, you know how we do. It's all good. It's all good.
Thank you for being here, my friend. I appreciate it. Joker Jay, welcome. Second time back. How are you, my friend?
Good. Looking forward to chit-chatting and shooting my mouth off and getting in trouble.
And getting in trouble. Nefty, welcome back. How are you, my friend?
Thank you for having me on this inaugural night for the Hangout. Pleasure to meet you, Lucho, Joker Jay, finally. Getting over the two earthquakes we've had recently with the Knicks win at Madison Square Garden and the Rangers. And last night, the Nuggets bitch slapped the Lakers with that ending. If you saw the game, you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm happy to be here.
No, that's awesome. And also, guys, thank you guys for being here. Let's see who's in the chat real quickly before we get started. Like I said, it's just going to be a laid-back show, just talk about whatever. And we have a lot to talk about. Obviously, there's a lot of news happening at the moment. So we lucked out tonight that there's actually a lot of stuff to talk about. But we're going to change it up a little bit. Let's see who's in here. We got William. Welcome. How are you? Thank you for being here. Welcome. We got Chris in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here. We got Luch in the house. We got Nefty. We got Babo. How you doing? Babo. Let's see. We got Uncarded. Uncarded, where have you been all day? This guy disappeared all day. I messaged him. I said, you alive? Some said you're the others. InArt. Welcome, my friend. Let's see. We got Rudy in the house. One-on-one with John to get your sneakers back. What? Oh my God. What is he? Does anybody know what he's talking about? Because I don't. Did I miss something?
Well, I said last night that he stole your shoes.
Oh, the guy. Yes.
Yeah, because everyone was like, why do you hate InArt so much? I was like, John stole Fabi's shoes.
Oh, I remember. I was like, what? That's funny. Brad, how are you, my friend? Welcome, Fabs. I wouldn't be the who I am with. Oh my God. Welcome, my friend. We got Khalib in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Fabs is tardy. I know we're setting up in the back. Ladies, as usual, can you imagine InArt keeps this guy? Unbelievable. Let's see. We got a special double unboxing InArt Gandalf and Batman. You guys are nuts. We got Ryan in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here. You made it, my friend. I have to cut it short. Tonight, anybody received their InArt figures yet? Asking for a friend. Clinton Martin, welcome. How are you? Thank you for being here. Let's see. We got 03 Mills. Welcome, my friend. How are you? David in the house. Real talk. How are you, my friend? Thank you for being here. Paul, as always, welcome, my friend. How are you? We got Matt Platten in the house. We got the door in the house. Welcome, my friend. Everybody's in the house. We got Albert in the house. Oh my God, you guys are on fire. All right, guys. So we're going to get right into it since you guys are already all here pretty much. So one thing I wanted to do, obviously, like I said, this is going to be just us pretty much just BSing the entire time. But again, there's a lot of news happening right now, right? We got Star Killer. We got Revan. We got the Stormtrooper. We got 000. We got BT. So because of that, right, we're going to go over them again, right? and then it's going to be, big news for at least the whole week until something, until something released by InArt, knocks it down. Until the king comes out and says, oh man. So this is what we're going to be doing, guys. Ram, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Good evening. Happy Wednesday. I was delivering this. Yeah, seriously. Oh my God, Brett. All right, guys. So how we're going to do this is, so what I decided to do was the topics that are available, right? And even if we don't have anything available, I'm going to put them on a wheel, right? So obviously whatever comes up, we're going to talk about it. We'll discuss, and then we'll move on. So what do he say? He says that would be me in prison. Oh man, shenanigans. You're insane. So, all right. So let's start, guys. Let's see what we land on first. Because I want to get, like I said, there's a lot of news, something that, we may not get, as these figures, so meaningful, right? Such big deal figures. It's not something common. It's not something that we get all the time, especially these two, because nobody really expected these figures. So it looks like we're starting with movies and shows. Okay. So what does this mean? This means that the topics that we're going to be talking about regarding movies and shows are, so we got the Wolverine movie coming up, right? And so I want to start with, let's start with Joker J, okay? Joker J, as you can see, right, you saw the trailer, right? Everybody's losing their mind over the trailer. We saw the two outfits of Wolverine, right? So we got the fully covered up one. We got the exposed arms look. Now, forget the figures for a moment. What do you expect out of the movie? What do you think we should expect out of the movie? Do you think it's going to be a multiverse thing for Logan to be alive to begin with? Remember, he died in Logan, right, in his last movie. So how do you think this is going to work out?
I don't know. This is a terrible way to start because I don't really follow. As much as I'm a fan of Marvel, the X-Men is not something I've really followed with the movies, because like one of the first movies that they really took serious with the superheroes was the X-Men in the 90s or the early, I don't even remember when it was, whatever it was. But with the black leather outfit.
You're talking about the animated show.
No. The first Hugh Jackman X-Men with the black suit. X-Men, the movie.
No, was that 99, 98, 99 or 2000? That was over 2000, I think. 2001 maybe?
Possibly. I don't know. I'm terrible with time.
Okay.
But, I was so excited to get that movie, and then the fact that they didn't look like the comic book characters kind of killed me. And then I watched the next two movies. They were okay, but they didn't really hold me, so I didn't stay with it. And then later on, it was like you got all the Days of Future Past and Logan and so on and so forth, and I just kind of fizzled out around that point. Gotcha. This is right up my alley. This is what I've been waiting for. The only thing that I can tell, like you said, is it's multiversal. Yeah, they show you that in the trailer. In terms of Logan being the last one alive or the last mutant to help prevent the destruction of his planet, like, does anybody know where that is? That a common storyline, or is this something new to this movie that they're trying to weave these movies together? Does anybody know?
I'm happy you asked, because we get so this is where this is coming from. So Days of Future Past, apparently they're using straight from the comics. So as you can see, we have, this is from the movie, right? This is Wolverine right here. This is Logan, right? And it looks like, and shout out to Lahada for sending me these. It looks like this is straight from the comics, right? From the comic book. As you can see, I don't know if it's supposed to be exactly right. These tombstones are supposed to be tombstones, right? Or these monument things are supposed to be tombstones like they are in the comic book here. But it looks like this may be the villain, right? What's her name? Cassandra Nova, I believe, or Cassandra something. Does anybody know her name? Right? Cassandra something. So it looks like so apparently I know nothing of this character. I've never heard of the character, right? But apparently it looks like she may be what's his name? Professor X's daughter or something like that. So
I heard something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Again, I don't know anything about the character. I don't know what is going on with what's going to happen with the movie. But it looks like it's going to get deep because, again, I don't know anything about this character. I didn't even know that Xavier had a child to begin with. I don't know who the mother would be from this what do you call it? From this I don't know if it's a marriage. I don't know, relationship. But let's go to Nefty. Nefty. Now, regarding figures, right? Forget about the movie and what we expect about the movie. Regarding figures, what would you expect besides, obviously, what we saw already, which is, Wolverine and Deadpool as usual?
Well, the Wolverine, I'm just curious to whether it's going to be, armless. I mean, with the arm sticking out, or with the whole costume, or both. And we still haven't seen him with the mask, how it's going to look. So
I was going to say, do you think that's a possibility?
I mean, that's the money shot.
Absolutely.
And so I'm hoping, when the movie obviously comes out, we get to see that. I know a lot of you know about this. There was a lot of controversy with Reynolds making this movie, holding his ground when they wanted to change things up in the movie for whatever reason. And given what we've seen with other Marvel movies, how they fell short because too many hands in the pot messing up the movies. So my understanding early on when this movie was being made, I remember there was a whole thing with Ryan Reynolds holding his ground so the movie could be made in a certain way. With that, I'm hoping we do see the mask on Wolverine, and I'm curious to see how it's going to look.
Right.
And so the question is, does Hot Toys play us? Do they give us one non-battle damage costume, one battle damage sleeveless, and then
that's smart. Mask? Yeah, that is true.
Because Hot Toys, we got to remember, they're about money. They got to make their money. So you got to think as a business, they'll give us one version. I mean, you see, we have many Ironmans, so they can milk this. And given that there isn't a lot of contents coming out, why not milk this bad boy?
That is a very good point. We've been talking about, the sleeve, right? Only the sleeves. But if you, just like you mentioned, we have a battle damage, full battle damage right here, right? So that could be a completely different figure all around, right? Can they make it a little bit cheaper and just give us a dirty top, right? A battle damage top? Yes. The thing is, Hot Toys doesn't really like us changing their outfits too much. If you notice, they don't really do that often. The last figure that I remember doing that for was Hawkeye, right? The Ronin figure.
Yeah, that was a pain in the ass.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
That's why they don't do it. That's why they don't do it. They don't
Ronin.
And not only that, but it gives you more of a chance of breaking the figure. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Breaking a tab, breaking a little, anything that has to do with keeping the material together, the figure together, the outfit together. You can break that, and then they have a problem because then you got to go to Sideshow, blah, blah, blah.
And let me just add something real quick, Fabs. I'm going to go a little on sideways, but then I'll get back to you. A couple of weeks ago, I started talking to you about getting into these military figures. Yeah. I started receiving them. Oh, my God, building those bad boys. Talk about a possibility of breaking them.
Yep.
It's like a puzzle. I have like an operating room. I start with something. I walk away.
Yeah.
Because you're sweating.
Yep.
You get it in. I got all the freaking.
Yeah. Well, you saw my first live unboxing. I was drenched in sweat because those things are the worst. They're the worst. They're very tedious. You need the tweezers. You need to get in there. Yep. That's why I stopped collecting them.
I got some figures from a company called Soldier Story.
Those are the best. Those are the best.
Division 2 game characters.
Those are the best.
I got some from Pure Arts, the Ghost Recon. They weren't that bad. Those guys came mostly built. but the soldier story is like the hardcore, every little bullet. But again, I just want to add that because we were talking about
it's true. It's very true. Soldier Story is very good when it comes to military figures. Damn Toys is very good with military figures. What was the other company you mentioned?
Pure Arts. I got their
Pure,
they were more like you had to put it together, but nothing meticulous like the Soldier Story, which I love because it's like I mentioned, you got to be into that.
Correct. It's two different worlds.
It's
two different worlds. Exactly. Tony P, how are you? Say it again.
The figures look good and they're very dynamic. You can actually put them in dynamic pose, like like dynamic entry.
The bodies are very articulatable. Yep. They're very good. How are you, Tony? Welcome. Brad says, I think we'll get a 2-pack with DP. So that's a very good point too. So, like I said, I hadn't even, it hadn't clicked about the battle damage one. As you can see, it's fully battle damage, right? As soon as you see him, right, he's fully clean here, still a little bit dirty on the pants, right? But the whole top is clean, right? Here, completely different. Look at all the blood. Look at the arms exposed. So now, again, great point, Nefty. Luch, what do you think?
I totally agree with Nefty, 100%. I think there will be 2 SKUs for each figure for Wolverine and Deadpool. I can already picture Deadpool with the mask for SKU number 1, SKU number 2, Deadpool with the Ryan Reynolds like Freddy Krueger face, and with the Wolverine, and with the Wolverine just like he is now, clean version with the Hugh Jackman head sculpt, and then SKU number 2 with the Hugh Jackman head sculpt and the masked Wolverine that we all grew up with the 89 cartoons and the comics from back in the day. So I totally agree with Nefty. I think, and in Joker, they're going to go back to the old days when these guys had like fluorescent, flamboyant, suits and everything, bright colors. But at the same time, it's going to be a rated R movie, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm stoked for this movie. I'm very excited.
Now, question for you. 2 questions. Do you believe that you mentioned something? Do you believe that, the Ryan Reynolds head, do you believe that we're getting that funny hairdo on it as well? And do you think that with the Wolverine, do you think that we're only getting with the Wolverine, with the Deadpool, do you think we're only getting one Deadpool, or do you think we're also getting like a what do you call it, deluxe as well?
Yeah, for sure. 2 SKUs with the Deadpool. The deluxe will be SKU number 2, and that's going to have the Ryan Reynolds head sculpt, tons of accessories, like maybe toupees that you can put on and off, and a bunch of little funny gadgets or gimmicks that I'm sure you're going to see in the movie. But for sure, the Wolverine, that's going to be the one to get with the battle damage, with the gun showing and the mask on and everything, and maybe it's going to be amazing. I can't wait. I mean, I see all these possibilities and potential, and I just hope, right now, Hot Toys, man, they're breaking a lot of hearts, man. I hope they don't mess this one up.
Let me just add something, Fabs, real quick. On that note, controversy is good attention. Imagine Hot Toys does the battle damage, limited. Limited edition, bro. Now, go for it, guys. 2,000 pieces only. Let's go.
They could, but
the instant will be on fire.
But what's funny? If you pay attention to the releases that they've done that with, it's never movie stuff. If you notice, it's always Hot Toys exclusives. It's never anything mainstream. It's always something random. You know what I mean? I think that has to do with licensing specifically. You know what I mean? Like that Spider-Man
diorama. Imagine that we'll get with this. A diorama we'll get with this.
Hopefully, that'd be nice. That'd be very nice. My next question was to Luch. You keep talking about the mask. How do you think if let's assume the mask is coming? How do you think it'll come out? Do you think they'll show you throughout the movie, or do you think it's one of those things where like they'll leave you hanging with him like at the end, like, oh, let me put it on, and then the movie's over?
Oh yeah, I can totally picture. I guess what is it? Disney/Fox Studios, and they're gonna milk this, right? So obviously, if you're gonna pay an actor like Hugh Jackman to be in the movie, you're gonna see his face for the majority of the time. And then at the very, very end, in the final scene, they'll probably put it on for like a couple of minutes, and then all of a sudden it's off.
That's usually what happens. That's why I ask. They always leave you hanging, like in the Wolverine, the movie when he was in Japan. What did we see?
It was in the briefcase.
Exactly. In the post credits in the briefcase. That's how they always do it. You know what I mean? They never like actual. He's never put it on. So I have a feeling because of the fact, number one, it's not the actual Wolverine, right? It's not the real Wolverine because he's supposed to be dead. So the fact that we're getting a variant here, right? And the variant is the one that's supposed to have the mask, especially when the arms are exposed, right? So that's what I think is, and it looks like this would be like a, like an end of the movie type of fight scene here, right? So if anything, I think it's gonna happen at the end. I don't think it's gonna be in the middle of the movie because I feel like they know that people are expecting that, and they're gonna milk it until the end.
Yeah, and I don't know if any of you guys seen like on the social medias, but they, AMC, they're promoting collector's cups, and you can see an artist rendering of Hugh Jackman in the Wolverine mask, and it looks good. It looks really, really good.
Yes. Oh, you're talking about that one, that custom, right? That S Kings one?
No, I'm talking about like the AMC theaters, the popcorn movie theaters.
No. I thought you were talking about
the promotional cups, right? I mean, there's like artist renderings of the characters, and Hugh Jackman with that mask. I mean, it looks fantastic.
I didn't know. No, that's awesome. I thought you were talking about like the mask that they were selling for the Wolverine figure by S Kings. Remember, everybody wanted that.
Right,
it was like a relaxed look, and then the angry teeth look. Right. Yo, I never saw them go up for sale. I don't know where they went. I saw that they were making them, and then I never saw one. I would have bought one. Nope. Mad Planet said, "Go ahead, Nefty."
No, I was gonna say, why is I know in the past Deadpool movies, which I think I like both. I like the movies. They didn't bother making the other characters. I know third parties did the other mutants. Would this suffer this movie that as well, that they'll have other mutants in this movie, but they only make.
They should, yeah. They usually do. They usually will add, they'll show you the movie, right? They'll show you the movie. Whoever's in the movie's in the movie. But Hot Toys will pick characters that, I guess, they believe will make them a lot of money, popular characters out of the movie. So I think that's how they decide. Obviously, the movie's called Deadpool and Wolverine, so they got to make these two no matter what. Yeah. Now, if they have other characters that are popular as well, that they know will make the money because of the popularity, then they'll add them to the roster. If you pay attention to how many figures they usually make per movie, right? Because now you can't even say in general, because for Disney Plus series, they're making crazy amounts, right?
Ahsoka.
Right. So that's the thing. So you got to gauge to the last movie they made, how many pieces they actually made for that specific line. And it's usually more, depending on the movie, it's usually more than the TV series, obviously. Look at Rogue One, look at Avengers, right? So some lines go deep, Endgame, right? So depending on what it is, if they see that it brings them money, then boom, there's the figure. One figure that I thought could have made them money, right, was Ulysses Claw from Age of Ultron and from Black Panther, right? Third party Art Figures, I believe, made it. Yeah, Art Figures made it. The figure was great, but Hot Toys could have made that money themselves. Why didn't they make it? Right? They have their reasons. They figured, oh, this is not going to be, a good sale for us, or whatever the excuse is, right? We don't know. But when they decide to do something, there's a reason behind it always.
Look at that third-party Colossus, man.
Both of them. And can you imagine Hot Toys making a Colossus diecast?
Yeah.
Like, forget it. That figure that figure would be $375 easy, because that's all it is. It's just gonna be a massive figure. You're not gonna have what do you call it? You're not gonna have accessories. You're not gonna have, what do you have? A couple of hands, your base, and you're probably gonna have some accessory where you pick up something to throw it, and that's it. Right, that's it. And another thing they could give you, which I doubt, right, is an entire torso, like they did the Incredible Hulk 2, right? Age of Ultron. Remember, they gave us two midsections, one for the one with the arms up, and then one's for the regular look. So they could do that for that figure as well. You know what I mean? They could give you a torso with the regular outfit, right? Not with the regular outfit, with him shirtless, because he's usually shirtless, right? So with him shirtless, and then you swap out the torso, and then you get the the diecast pieces, because his legs don't need to be exposed ever. You know what I mean? Can they be exposed? Of course, but they don't need to be. Clinton Martin. Yes, it is his twin sister, not his daughter. I said his daughter. I did hear that he tried killing her in the womb as well, and I believe Matt Planet just said that too. Yeah, I did hear that. Crazy story. I had never heard of that. You know, the Thor said it's Professor X. The Thor, unbelievable. He says it's Professor X. He transitioned. Luch, please address the disrespect.
She's my next door neighbor. He, she, them, they.
He, she, them, they. Oh my God. Eric, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here. We got Hobby. How are you, my friend? Thank you for being here. Brad says apparently Jackman was pissed Disney cut a lot of his Wolverine's history since World War II. Oh, I didn't know that. But this was for what? For which movie? For the Wolverine movie, right? The one that he was in Japan. Because that's the only one with the World War II stuff, with the atom bomb. They could give us more figures from cameos than the Ahsoka line. That is exactly. And that's for every movie. That goes for every movie. Every movie that we've seen, whether it's Marvel, Star Wars, there are a lot of figures, a lot of characters that could be turned into figures, and people will be super happy about it. But again, it probably, like I said, it's got to be licensing with them. It's got to be something that they figure, you know what, it's not worth it for us because they know when to make that money, Disney. This guy. I think Brad, I think InArt is owned by Disney. Leo, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here. And Chris says dynamic. Pause. That's you're right. These inner figures are stunning. Yeah, exactly. Clinton says Reynolds head sculpt with rooted wig. Can you imagine? Oh man, with rooted wig. Broken up 20th Century Fox base. Oh yeah, yes, that'd be sick. Yeah, exactly, for a diorama. That'd be sick. Exactly. That'd be nice. Harold, how are you, my friend? Welcome. We got Anthony in the house. How are you, my friend? Thank you for being here. So, all right, guys. So anything else you guys want to add to this at all?
I'm just kind of curious how they're going to incorporate, because you brought up a good point about like the mask thing, and I just thought about that. I'm thinking back on like the Marvel movies, and I'm like, how do they incorporate the mask in a way that makes sense? Because
exactly,
even though these movies are fantastical, they're still kind of rooted in reality in a way. Right. And he's got lineage of never wearing a mask throughout the cinematic universe. How are they going to incorporate him needing to put one on in general?
Exactly. And not only that's a great
point. They have to do it.
And not only that, you mentioned you said it best. He never wore it, even when he was alive. Right. Remember, this is not the real Logan. That's another point. You know what I mean? The original one, we saw the mask. He never put it on, and that was it. He's gone. Now this is a new one, right? Who are we to say that in this universe he wears one to begin with? You know what I mean? So that's the question, right? Are they even going to give it to us? We all assume that it's coming because of the suit. Right, he only wears that in the comics, in the shows, when he's with his yellow suit. Right, in every other movie Hugh Jackman has been in, he's never worn this suit besides Days of Future Past, and it's not this suit. It's very, very toned down and completely different. Right, so that's the thing. That's where I'm like, how are they? Same question you got. How are they going to do it? That's why I asked you guys, how do you think they're going to do it? Because it's usually, they always leave us hanging with stuff like that. You know, the things that you want to see in the movie is the one thing they leave for the end or the post movie credits. All right. Anything else, guys? So we could get on to the next one. All right. So next topic, guys. Where are you? Wheel of Fortune. All right. So next topic. Hopefully we don't get a repeated topic. Then we got to talk about Wolverine all over again, guys. Can you imagine? Brad! You're in the right stream, Brad. All right, so.
Where's Mike?
He's saying, where's Mike? Oh, my God. So, here we go, guys. So, we are ready for some InArt action because we know that InArt is king, obviously.
Obviously.
And here we go. Here we go. All right. So So we're gonna obviously we're gonna talk about the Batman, right? Since it's the most dramatic thing right now. So guys, okay, so anybody in here have InArt in hand right now? Like any InArt product? No.
No. Oh, Joker.
Joker, you have Joker, right?
Yes, I have the Joker.
Joker, what do you have?
Nothing. I'm waiting on Gandalf for a year. Check back with me next year.
He said, "I'm waiting for Gandalf for a year."
But I have this Batman coming as well. I had this Batman and the Superman.
Now, which Batman did you get?
The this one.
No, but which, like the double pack, the with the rooted or the?
Oh no! Just the lowest one they have. The single pack. I didn't get Wayne. I just got him. The cheapest one. I think my total is 407. So whatever was shipping and everything.
So you got the base model.
Yeah, base model. Yeah.
Luch, any InArt in your collection at all or no?
Zero InArt. For the price of one InArt, I'd rather get 3 Hot Toys. I would never drop that kind of money on one solid figure. Even if it was like that Henry Cavill Superman, and I'm a big Superman fan, and no, I'm good with the 2 Fison Henry Cavills and the 2 stock Hot Toys that I have in my collection. I'm good.
So do you, as somebody who doesn't have any, right? Obviously, you see the pictures, you see all the drama that goes on in the community with the figures. How do you feel about the company and as a whole, right? In general, again, you know what goes on, you see what goes on. How do you feel how do you feel about the drama that goes on, meaning the competition that was created, the fact that, InArt comes out with a figure and everybody loses their mind, but it's always crap. So how do you feel about that?
The figures alone, don't get me wrong. They look great, maybe a hair better than Hot Toys, just a hair. Is it $200 more or worth more than a Hot Toy like these 2 Batman figures right here? I don't think so.
No, but, now stop right there. Stop right there. You made some crazy allegations. What makes them that much better to you than Hot Toys?
If anything, the glutedness, right? The gluted hair. That's the only thing, that makes these figures stand out a little more than the Hot Toys. Because, right here, the picture that you're showing right now, the one on from what I see on my side, it's the left, that's Hot Toys, and the right is InArt. Definitely the InArt one looks a little more realistic, but is it $200 more realistic than the one on the left, Hot Toys? I don't think so. Also,
to you, the more appealing thing is the hair.
Yeah. I've always been a big fan of rooted hair, even like with the the Black Widow figures, the Wonder Woman figures. I was always a big fan of gluted.
How do you feel about this picture looking like it's a 1/12 figure?
Yeah, it doesn't look that bad besides the broken ear.
You don't think this head looks tiny as hell compared to this?
I think it looks, the smaller head looks a little more proportional to the body, I think.
No way. All right, we can't count on you anymore. I
would still buy the Hot Toys over there.
You're out of here.
Hey,
it's like you didn't pass the test.
That's all you're gonna get, guy. Pure honesty.
Nefty, what about you? So now, as somebody who has purchased them, products already, and seeing what they look like, side by side, how do you feel about what you're going to be getting, within 6 to 8 months?
I'm not comparing InArt with Hot Toys. It's like pizza and a hamburger. Right. It's a young company. It's going through its up and down. If I'm InArt, and I don't think they've ever said that they're competing against Hot Toys. I haven't heard them in the streams, and maybe somebody can correct me on that. But they're their own company. They're trying to make their mark in this community. I wouldn't be so bold if I'm InArt to say, they're better than Hot Toys, at least not yet. Could they get there? Maybe 10 years from now, sure. They have a lot that they need to grow. one thing, Lucho, you mentioned, and I know in other social media people mention that the ears is broken. Because I've heard it on other streams, but I can't see it.
Right here, right here.
Oh, the tip. Oh, okay.
See?
Now it's coming like that?
Well, it should have never broken because remember, this is premium. This is more expensive. This is better.
Oh, so it broke. Who's this? This is Jettas?
I think so.
Oh, so okay. Because I haven't seen that video.
The point is,
but I've heard people talk about it.
The point is, do you know whose Hot Toys ear broke?
No one.
Nobody. Exactly. Nobody. So there's your quality right there.
Yeah, and to be fair, on my end, I also collect third party. So I collect third parties. I collect Hot Toys, InArt, and obviously we can go into third parties. And again, I don't hear third party companies saying they're Hot Toys either. They're staying in the lane. InArt is staying in its lane, and Hot Toys is the LeBron James. They're the GOAT right now. If you're a LeBron James guy, But I'm invested in this figure, in the Joker that I already have, and the Superman, because I don't own that Superman, not even from Hot Toys. I only own the Justice League. So to me, in the spirit of collecting, I'm collecting it. And I don't know if you know this about me. I never ever sold figures. As a matter of fact, I've given figures free to people in an effort to entice them into the community. Even on my social media, when I talk to people and they're trying to get in and they're asking questions, I say, listen, by the way, I had two. I actually still have more. The pilots, from Star Wars, the clone pilots. I had extra, and I sent them out to two guys, that one from Connecticut and one from Rhode Island, that was getting into the game. And
that's awesome. Did you lose my address?
I'm getting into the game.
we had spoken over social media, and they were getting into the game, and I told them, listen, I just started in 2020 myself. I have a lot of figures, but I'm collecting in what I love. So I'm not here for the money aspect of it.
Right.
There are people in here that are masters in that, but not me. I'm a humble guy.
Yeah. Now they try to make a business out of it.
But getting back to the InArt, if it stays in its lane, forget about comparing themselves to Hot Toys. I mean, you just can. You're the new guy on the block.
Right.
Yeah. But they hold their own for. I mean, I gotta say that gingerly, because not for the money.
Right.
Because you're right. You pay an amount of money, you expect an amount of quality that comes with it.
Correct.
And I've been very lucky, because my Joker, I got it in day one. No magnet problems, but I'm not an idiot. I've seen it online. I've seen many examples. So it's not to say that because I don't have a problem, it's perfect. Absolutely not.
Yeah. Right. Hey, Nefty, question for you.
And I listen to
Nefty. Which one do you have? Do you have the rooted or the
sculpted? Oh no. I'm not a rooted guy myself. I got the non-rooted.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because the few things that I've seen online from rooted kind of like scares me with the caretaking. So I'm not there yet in skills. So I stick with that. But I'm not knocking the rooted. The rooted's are work of art.
Nefty, well, all you need to know is if you got rooted, right? I got that rooted Pennywise, and the whole thing, you don't need to worry about maintaining anything or touching anything, because the thing is literally like glued down. Like they styled it and then they glued it so it stays stiff. So you don't have to worry about playing with it, adjusting it, or not, at least for that figure. The Joker, I don't know, but that figure came completely glued. The hair was already pre-styled, glued down. And that's why I said in the video, I was like, you can't even move the hair because it's stiff. So I'm like, what's the whole point of the rooting? I thought the whole point of the rooting was to play with it and move it around. Nope, it's not. It's not like it's fresh hair. It's like already like old glued hair.
But the only thing in conclusion I would say for InArt is, listen, for the price that you're asking and people are paying, people should expect a certain level of quality.
Absolutely.
Stay in your lane. I mean, again, from their mouth, I've never heard them compare themselves.
It's not them, correct? It's not them.
Yeah.
It's not
So stay in your lane. You gotta grow. For the price, we expect a level of quality. So if they can just lock that in with quality control and what have you, And again, it's a young company. I know one of the main issues early on was distribution. When you're a young buck and you're starting a company, it's going to be an issue. Be patient. You know, if I were a young collector now, and they will ask me if they should start with InArt, I'll say wait a couple of years.
Right.
So they get a little more established. You understand? Because you're going to start paying for premier prices, and they're having a couple of issues here and there. You may be one of those guys that gets that issue. And if you're a young collector, you're not going to be able to afford that. You know, you're not going to want to, you know, be in that money pit hole. You know.
So you personally believe that in 2 years, InArt could get to a level where they could be at least at the level of So-So Toys?
It will behoove them. No, listen. If they're a business, I mean, man, if you follow the charts, you follow the numbers, and they're listening to social media, they should say, "Hey, where are we at fault? Where are we? Where's our shortcomings? Turn it around."
But that's the thing; they don't care
because the world is getting complicated on that side of the world. You know, I see a lot of us. We buy hot toys, and you know, things are going to get dicey by election year, and let's see what happens.
Oh, it's going to get ugly.
Tariffs on top of tariffs. I want to get political here because I want to. You know,
yeah. No, but yeah, it's going to get ugly. What were you going to say, Joker? I thought you were going to say something.
No. I just love how much you love So-So. It cracks me up.
No, I really do though. Yo, that So-So toy.
Oh, I own some So-So.
Yeah.
So do I.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if I'd go so far as to say they're better than InArt. But then again, I don't even have it. I don't have an InArt figure, so I can't tell you. I can't promote their product that has been sold out for 2 years.
Well, I can tell you. But
like in conclusion of Fabs, like I said, InArt, they're listening. They're a business. They want to better themselves. They better themselves. They better the community because now we have more choices. Again, don't start comparing yourself to Hot Toys. Stay within your lane. Work on those little issues that you have because people are paying money and they expect a level of quality. And again, a newcomer, I would say, give them maybe 2 more cycles before you start getting into them because they are pricey and you want to see your money's worth. You know.
Right. So when you say 2 more cycles, you mean like 2 more figures? So that's usually 2 years.
No, because it'll be like 2 years. Yes, correct. 2 years. You know, I mean, I'm thinking, right? Maybe I'm giving them too credit. They're a business. They got to sit down and they got to say, "Hey, what's going on? Where are we failing?" I mean, come on.
But the thing is that if you notice, the community has been, while praising them, calling them the best. They're that same type of energy building them up is also bringing them down from their same people because they see a product. Oh my God, this is the best thing in the world, but they don't get anything. They don't have anything, right? And then when they do get it, late as hell, that's when they see the problem. So it's like, yo, what the hell, you know? So while building them up, they're also bringing them down because it's all on their own. There's nothing the community is doing the best thing they could do for that company, which is make everybody believe that they're the best. That's what the YouTubers got involved. That's why the company's even in the conversation at the moment because of that and only that, right? That's why they got the that's what I just said. That's why I got the YouTubers involved to get people to, number one, learn about the product and obviously buy the product. The problem is once you buy your product, and they even said, right, regarding issues with the product, they said, we will not get involved with anything. You have to go back to whoever you bought it for, bought it from. So you make sure that whoever you buy it from is somebody reputable that you could, get any customer service if anything happens. They made that very clear. So as a company coming in, pretty much washing themselves and detaching themselves from everything that may happen with their product is already a red flag.
Yeah.
It's not good. Nothing that they've been doing has looked good on their end. Period.
Fact for ratings, you should invite the guy from InArt. Seriously.
No.
Oh yeah, yo. Facts coming from you, it's not going to be scripted. You're going to go bang, 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 bang.
I could tell you this. Number one, he would never. Okay,
he would never ask.
No, he would never. I can tell you, he would never. Okay,
his affiliations would be like, no way.
Absolutely. I was just gonna say he'll ask who this person is to whoever. They'll be like, you don't want to do it. You don't want to do that to yourself and to InArt. So that'll never happen. You know
what, man? I would feel good if InArt would come on, though.
They would never. Like, hey, they would never because number one, they don't know who I am, right? Even though I've streamed with John and I've asked John questions on streams and multiple times, right? He doesn't know who I am. He doesn't remember me, right? So even if I were to do that, again, I can guarantee you they don't just go on anybody's stream. If you notice, they usually go to the same people that he's affiliated with. That's it. So he's not going to go out of his way to make the company look bad, not knowing who I am, not knowing what to expect. And the only thing that's going to happen is, let's say, hypothetically, he does show up, right? Which
FabsFigures raw.
Well, no, let's just say he shows up. When he gets asked a question that he doesn't know the answer to, or he doesn't like, whatever, what is he going to say?
I'll get back to you.
That's it. That's it. I'll get back. So me knowing that, why would I waste my time? It's not, nothing's going to come out of it. If his own affiliates don't get anything out of him regarding the product, what is he going to give me? Nothing. So that's why I don't play that game. It's stupid, right? Obviously, if they're affiliated to the company, they have to promote that garbage and they have to have him on all the time and they have to ask him the dumb questions that he's not going to answer anyway. So that's why I would never bother. If it was a different scenario where he's not affiliated, they're not affiliated, they actually want the community to get to know them, honestly and genuinely, and, they're going on everybody's channel, to promote the figure, their company, that's a different world. Right,
that's the pitch right there. That's the pitch right there, Fabs.
What?
You pitch it to John like that. Come on and be truthful. Be open.
No. They don't.
Tough questions.
They're not looking for. They're
that's
not looking
pitch
to be
right there. Your last statement is a pitch right there.
They're not looking to be truthful. They're not looking to be truthful. They're looking to take that money from everybody as much as possible. That's why everybody loses their mind every time there's a release, because nobody has anything.
Hold on. Let me call John.
What?
Let me
call John.
Yo, you doing right now, bro?
Hey, while you're at it, call Yost too.
Yeah, really.
You guys are nuts. Chris, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Let me catch up with you guys real quickly before we keep going. This guy, unbelievable. Block. Love this panel. Let's see. TK592, welcome. It says the best part of this InArt Batman has been watching the influencers go at it with each other. Now it's obvious who InArt preferred. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Who's getting daddy's love?
Exactly. Yo, isn't that a slap in the face? That you've been one of the first channels to be on that ball sack from day one, and they're like, "Hey, go sit down, please. We need the king here." Can you imagine?
Dude, more and more time that I spend in this community, it's mind-boggling some of the politics that are going on. When we're just a bunch of people that like to collect and hang out, and it's I don't know, people are tribal, and that's just the way it is. There's no getting around it.
Yeah. Well, no. What he meant by that was the fact that InArt chose Justin. That's what he's trying to say by this comment. That everybody was balls deep in InArt, and they were like, "Everybody, please go sit down." It's great. No, and I said this before about it. The loyalty, it tells you everything you need to know about this company. I was the first and only one who said this company is garbage. This company is no good. Here we are. The fact that they don't even have the decency.
Well, hold on, Fab. We got to be. Business is deceptive by nature. Commercials are 100% deceptive. They have to push the positives and mute the negatives. Okay. That's deceptive.
Okay.
So there's a certain amount of that you got to let go through. It's the things I don't like is like the influencer batches when he's asked, what is the point of that? They're like, well, we need it out in the public space and it helps pre-orders. And with very little thought, you can figure out that doesn't make any sense. That's the type of stuff I have a problem with. Give me a straightforward, honest answer. Don't blow smoke up my ass.
So now let's apply that to Hot Toys. Apply that to Hot Toys. What do you think would be a negative thing that Hot Toys is keeping quiet regarding their figures when we get them? I personally have not never, because obviously things happen, but
they're quiet in general.
Well, they're quiet in the sense that they don't get involved with influencers or YouTubers to promote their figures or their product, period.
Or tell you anything.
Well, they just
don't have any liaison.
They just told them they canceled 2 figures.
Well, yeah, but we don't know why. Now we're all speculating, and everybody's running around, thinks the sky's falling. Like, what's next? What's next? Like, probably nothing. Like, relax.
What you said?
One thing, Nathan Hernandez, he brought up a good point that 3-day fiasco when the Joker was coming out. Remember that you had 3 days to buy it,
right?
And then they closed the window. That was kind of like a BS move.
That was my red flag. That was my red flag with them immediately. The moment they did that, I was like, they're only here for money. They don't care about nothing else, and that's it. They're not here to give anybody value. They're not here to give anybody anything. They're just here to make that money and go. And look, word for word, what I said, it's exactly happening. They're not caring about the customer service. They're giving you bad bases. You're getting out of scale product. You're getting cheap product. Because my Joker body, very cheap. I don't care what anybody says. That Pennywise body, very cheap. The head sculpt, I love that head sculpt, but everything else is not worth none of that, which is why I'm done buying all that stuff. And what Joker J is 100% true. Every commercial, right? You have to. You're not being 100% honest about your product, right? You're promoting the good stuff about it, right? And you're not telling us the bad things, right? So that's 100% true when it comes to commercials and advertising. But again, when it comes to Hot Toys, a Hot Toys promotion picture, photo shoot, right? Let's say they announced the figure, whatever we go through all the pictures on there, whether it's Instagram, whether it's their Facebook, right? Whatever that is, they're showing you the figures, they're showing you what the figure does, and they're telling you any updates that the figure may have, right? Newly updated, blah, newly this, newly that, new, updated body, new updated this, right? So they tell us everything. Number one, that it's updated. Number two, if they changed anything, right? If you don't mention anything, right? I'm assuming that they just assume that we know that, which again, it's wrong in their part, because what if I'm just the very first time customer looking at their stuff and it's like, well, I don't even know what this is. So they shouldn't be assuming anything. But if they don't tell us every little thing about every single new figure, then what does that mean? It means that they just assume that everybody is aware of what to expect from Hot Toys.
Yeah.
And the times that they do tell us specifically, we did this and this and this, is to let us know this is new, which is why I always point it out, because that's how they justify upcharging for the figure, whatever the figure is. Let me catch up with you guys. What were you gonna say, Luch? Was it you that was gonna say something?
No. Well, actually, now it's a good time. It's 6 o'clock. It's about an hour in. I gotta head on to work later tonight, so I'm gonna try to get some rest.
Oh, go ahead,
Fabby, thank you for having me on. Nessie, pleasure meeting you. Joker J, you know how we do.
Absolutely.
And till the next time, I'll see when I can squeeze another honorable presence with my customs and my video shorts and everything. Make sure to check out my YouTube channel.
Yes,
and all my customs, all my bisons, all that good stuff. It's a lot of fun. I'm not in it to make money. I'm just doing it for the community and for the love of the hobby. So a lot of fun stuff on my page, on my channel.
Yes. Thank you for being here, my friend. I'll talk to you.
All right, guys. You guys have a good night.
Later, brother.
Thank you.
All right,
Cody, I miss you.
Let's see.
Guys, pick somebody from the chat room. Pick Uncarded or Thor 2941 to join us right now.
Wait. No, he won't come on. He would never. He would never.
Pick somebody, bro. So let's go.
He would never come on. InArt is more like Jazz Inc. than Hot Toys. Yes, Soso keeps getting better and better. Oh my God, I love Soso Toys. Soso Toys right now is my favorite third-party company, period. There is no other company right now that is taking that spot besides InArt.
Also at the
what did you say, Joker?
Rogue.
What Rogue?
That Soso Rogue.
Oh, Rogue. Yeah. Yeah, you don't like her.
I hate that thing.
What'd you say, Nefty?
So did the guy with the red mask from Batman? What was it called?
Red Hood.
Yeah, I just got that one a while back.
That's a really nice figure. That's a nice looking figure. That whole
took
body.
A long time to get here, though.
Yeah. Eric says Howard is going to make more money from us next week with the Phantom Menace. Also, guys, before I forget, so 25th anniversary. So it could mean that red, the dark side image, right, with the mall and all that stuff, that was probably a hint at this. So that's a good sign, right? We may get some malls from or something from the Phantom Menace. And number two, before I forget, hold on, Nefty, I'll let you go in a second. These figures that were just announced yesterday are coming out on Friday in Hong Kong. So stay very, very aware and awake of what's happening, because they're going to start shipping on Friday. What's his name? ToysForKiddos.com told me today that they will be in Hong Kong on Friday. So when are they going to start shipping? Who knows? But they're going to be available on Friday. What were you saying, Nefty?
What about this controversy? What if all the figures that we just got, that's it for May the 4th?
I was thinking the same thing.
Did that? Was it last year or the year?
Last year too.
They said everybody was like, May the 4th, May the 4th,
no,
May the 4th.
But you know,
cricket.
But you know what the problem is? Here's the problem. When people talk about May the 4th, they think that they're going to get figures on that day from Hot Toys. That's never happens. It never happens. They think that they're getting some type of crazy announcement during this day. Like you guys mentioned, last year, it was the entire week before, and we barely got anything like that week.
Yeah.
Right? We just got 6 figures.
We got five.
Yeah, like what do you think? They're going to come back in another week and hand us another 3? It seems highly unlikely.
Right.
I think this
I do remember last year when it was old droids. Remember they gave us old droids, and I said the same thing last year. I said, "Oh, we may get head sculpts later on." I don't remember getting a head sculpt last year. As far as I remember, it was all that clone pilot and all that stuff. Remember?
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen, but we didn't even get a single head sculpt.
Look, I'll take it if they'll announce anything else. But I've been thinking that this is it. This is
you're not wrong. I'm telling you, I don't think you're wrong, because I'm like, what could we possibly expect more of? We got Revan and Starkiller that nobody expected. Even when we remember on our stream on Sunday, we talked about it. We said they were coming, and people were like, "You don't know what you're talking about." Kumo, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here. We got Big Rib in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Thank you guys for being here. Josue in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Let me see who else is in here real quickly. All right, good. All right, so now back to Batman, guys. So Joker.
Yes.
Somebody, obviously, you know what goes on with InArt, right? Let me get your opinion on this, right? What to you, right? To you, what looks better and why?
I tried to give myself the Pepsi challenge, and without looking too deep into it, just look at these figures the past couple of weeks as they've been coming up in the side by sides, and there's things I like. What was that?
The Thor's in the house.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, bro? So, I don't. There's bits and pieces of both. I am not like. I told you this, Fabs. I am whoever's going to give me the best thing for my dollar that means the most to me. So I don't really care who people think are better, because it's art. It's interpretive. I've been a musician my whole life, and I've been in bands where we had, a small group of people that followed us, and we were like, this song is going to hit, and then it wouldn't. And the other song that we didn't like, the people would like. Right. You never really know. I'd rather see people doing still shots of Robert Pattinson and comparing the figures to the actual movie picture.
Correct. Yes.
If they want to talk about this is superior, blah blah blah.
Yes.
Let's get out your calipers. Let's see if it's truly to scale. Yes. Let's do all of that. That's where the arguments lie about who's better than who, and if the dollar's worth it. But as far as what appeals to you, like I said, I don't know. I thought the InArt one looked good, but then he starts looking skinny after a while. And then I look at the Hot Toys one, and I'm like, there's Hot Toys. It's like, why would I want when I first discovered Hot Toys, I was like, I don't need anything more.
Right, exactly.
And like Lucho said, it's like, okay, $200 more, or because remember, whatever they're charging you, it costs them a fraction of that to make these incremental increases.
Right.
That you know what I mean. So look, whoever likes whatever they like. But if you're going to say something's the best, you got to back it up with some proof. It can't just all be opinion.
Correct. No, and that's the thing. And that's what I don't like. It's not about you liking whether you like the InArt or whether you like the Hot Toys. There's nothing wrong with that. And I will always say that. That's not the issue. The issue is and a lot of these people, which is the bigger problem, a lot of these people saying that InArt is better, don't own, number one, haven't been around enough for Hot Toys, number one. And number two, most of them don't even own a single InArt figure. And the ones who do own InArt, they own a figure that has nothing to do with the one they're saying is better than Hot Toys. So they'll own a Gandalf, let's just say, and they'll say Batman is better than Hot Toys without owning the figure. That is the delusion. That is what doesn't make sense. That's what I don't like, because where are you getting this from? And
everybody likes the new. Everybody likes the new. You know what I mean? Like, you got a steady Eddie wife at home who's been by your side for 20 years. You take for granted how great she is. You're looking at the secretary. Well, the secretary ain't gonna wash your underwear for you. You know what I mean? So go out and blow an extra $200 on the secretary, and she's gonna leave you high and dry later. You know what I mean? Hot Toys will be there to cook you dinner.
How long you been married, Joker J?
I was in a 20-year relationship and it ended. So
sorry.
So of the zero ladies we have watching,
Joker J with the life experiences.
Yeah.
Oh man, guys, remember, the secretary won't wash your underwear. So
if she does, marry her.
Just muted their team.
Oh man, that is great, guys. There's 45 of you guys in here. Please hit that like button if you don't mind, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, Kumar, for that.
I got 47 on my end.
Yeah, don't be cheap. Don't be cheap with the likes, guys. Yeah, we just got 47. Don't forget to hit that like. Nathan says, as someone that has InArt Batman ordered, that undersized head sculpt bothers me. Yeah, and it's, again, you can love the figure all you want. There is nothing wrong. But what is the problem with admitting that it's not perfect? Right? I don't understand why they need to be ashamed of just being truthful. I don't get it. The company's not paying you to lie for them, so why do you need to lie for them? What do you get out of saying that something is this when it's clearly not?
Free one.
Well, you keep thinking there's this thing called objective truth. And, I think we've learned in the past couple of years that that's gone.
Right.
Like, you can do or think whatever you want. You don't have to prove anything. People are crazy.
Fabs, I own a Batman, just waiting for it. Fred's the number one I'm talking about too.
Fred's my hero. He's always fighting for InArt.
No, oh man, you gotta see the screenshots I get from him in the other chats talking about InArt. I'm like,
he should change his logo to an InArt logo.
Yeah, exactly.
See, that's the problem. You guys are in all these groups, and that's where all the trouble comes from. Because I didn't think half of this stuff was real until you started showing me screenshots of what people were saying, and I was like, "Oh, that's where all the trouble starts."
yeah. A lot of it happens in the groups. A lot of it happens in the streams. Yep. Andre, welcome. Nice to see you. He says, what up, though? Just came across this Star Trek Collectors 80s. Oh, nice to see you, my friend. Welcome. What'd you say, Nefty?
Well, let me throw another controversy. 1/6 scale, right?
Uh-huh.
Who of these two figures is in the proper 1/6 scale? Because it's been known for Hot Toys to be out of scale. Example, the last Batmobile, the last time I heard about that. So who is in the proper 1/6 scale? Yes, InArt may be smaller, but are they in the proper InArt 1/6 scale and Hot Toys is not, or vice versa?
See, that's my thought, Nefty, is that Hot Toys might be it might be proportionately more accurate.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
The tapering of the InArt one and all those little lines and angles, because I'm also an artist, I like to draw it, and I love like the form and sharp cuts and weird angles. It's very visually appealing, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's accurate. That's why I'm saying let's get out the calipers and get out, let's measure, take some measurements, do a deep dive. But nobody's going to do that because it doesn't matter.
Right. Exactly. It's not that deep. It's not that deep, period. But it's just, drama in the community. Exactly.
Yeah. One face looks swollen, the other one more skinny.
Right.
I mean, based on what I'm seeing here.
Right. And the jaw is more prominent here than it is here, even though he's got a big jaw here. But I think the collar takes away from the jaw and you see more jaw here because it's more exposed. You know what I mean?
Real quick.
Tyson, how are you? What? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, has Topo announced their biker guy so we can put these head scopes on?
Not yet. They're working on the helmet. I don't know what.
Yeah, I saw that.
Do. Yeah, I don't know what they think. I don't know who's gonna put their head scope inside this helmet that they keep trying to tweak and make perfect.
Oh, I thought the helmet was gonna be its own like head scope with no head in there. You know what I mean?
No, I think they're modifying it to fit the head sculpt. Because remember that the Hot Toys one has a magnet to remove the hair pieces. So you can remove that and put the helmet on. That's what they're going for. But again, why would I want a helmet on my Batman? I would never.
Yeah.
Holding, him having that outfit that Topo's making and that Present Toys is making, wearing that outfit, holding the helmet, that's one, specific look that's what I want to get out of that. You know what I mean? But I'm not trying to get my Hot Toys covered up with a helmet. For what? Like that's stupid. But again, let them do what I want. Doesn't mean you got to use it that way, right? You could get the helmet and just have it as a display, but you don't have to put it on the head. MB Dyson says the head sculpt should be art, but the suit has digital models and actual suits to be based on. Exactly. The differences should not be so great if they both had access to the resource. Exactly. 100% correct. What'd you say? Oh, geez, true. Joker is like, I wash my own underwear.
Yes, I do.
The Thor, how are you? Welcome, my friend.
What's up, guys? I saw you had a square to fill, so
no, thank you.
Nothing, man.
Harold says that reminds me. I need to wash my underwear. I hate the new Star Trek figures Playmates come out with recently. Playmates. I don't even know who Playmates is. I thought he meant Play Toys, which is that Woody company. Playmates. Albert says, some will defend whatever their favorite YouTuber. Thank you. That's another problem. That is another problem. If you're balls deep with a YouTuber and you're a fan of a YouTuber and you trust that YouTuber to allow you to get robbed blind, you're going to believe anything they say. So that's also happening. That's why I say there's a lot of sheep in the community, like just blindly following people. And it's just, very sad, but hey, it doesn't.
I'm still coming across videos every day of people running into the TW trap and they're all like, oh, I saw it on this YouTuber's video, where to go? And it's like, it's still happening. And it's just people are blind. They walk in and they go, what do I do? And they just listen. And it's like, do some research. These things are not cheap. I don't get it. But
question: is that the story we had in the chat?
One of them,
right? That somebody watched the video. Oh, so supposedly it was an Irish channel. I forget who told me the story. There's an Irish guy on a channel. He went on YouTube. He found Justin's channel. He wanted whatever figure. He ordered from Toys Wonderland.
Oh,
and now he has no money, no figure.
Oh.
He messaged Justin many times in the group. He got blocked. So that's happening right now.
How much was he in the hole? One figure only, or
I don't remember what he bought exactly. But I don't think it was just one figure. But the whole point is that it's still happening right now, like Joker J said. It's crazy. It's insane, scary. And this is and this is another point. This is why, to me, why would a company that just came into the community attach themselves or associate themselves with somebody like that?
He's got a lot of viewers. That's why.
That's that exact. So
that's
again,
the only reason.
Exactly. So what does that tell you? What are they all about?
Advertising. Get that cha-ching.
That's it. And that's what I said from day one. Period. They were not here to do good. They're not here for the community. They're not here to help anybody. They're not here to give us great product. They're not here for any of that. They're here to take advantage of as many people as they can, and it's happening.
Like a first date. They're telling the girl, I'm just going to put the head in.
Just a tip.
7 kids later.
Just a tip.
Famous last words.
I just keep buying new underwear like George Costanza.
Tiny Tim did that too, didn't he? He wore like adult diapers because he didn't like to wear underwear twice. He was a germaphobe.
Adult diapers?
Yeah, he was crazy. He was a germaphobe. He was nuts.
Who did that?
Fact. One of the guys was mentioning before, Star Trek figure. I looked up the Playmate, and it reminded me. I own the Tommy Star Trek Enterprise diecast, 32-inch. Dude, that thing is awesome, bro.
Yeah, I got to see
like it lights up and everything. I mean, that thing weighs a ton, though. But it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, I got to see what it is.
Expecting Sideshow to come up with those Star Trek figures that never showed up. They're still in the cemetery. What you call the cemetery, the coming soon.
Yeah. The graveyard.
Yeah, the graveyard. Yeah.
I will look at. Kumar says, I will look at what. Go ahead. I will look at what I'm paying for. For example, if that 10% more accurate of better proportion needs me to pay an extra $200, I think. Ooh, exactly. I think I can settle for less as long as exactly. I don't think any type of proportion, any type of anything is worth an extra $200 ever. Right?
Cost to benefit ratio.
Right, exactly. At least for me, maybe some people will. It's worth it. If you pay attention, there's a lot of this going on. It's been happening for a while. It's been happening forever, I feel like. But for example, this Batman specifically, the customizers went nuts with this Batman. They have a collar for it. They started doing capes for it. They were modifying a bunch of stuff for the suit, right? Why? Just leave it alone. You know what I mean? Like that, I would never buy a brand new Hot Toys figure or any other type of figure and be like, you know what? Let me modify it. For what? Who's going to sit there and know, hey, by the way, your collar's off? What?
Yeah. People get...
it's crazy. I mean, and I understand, right? Some people don't get every Hot Toys figure. A lot of people don't get a lot of Hot Toys in general. So I understand if that's like the one figure you got in, 3 months, 6 months, whatever, and you want to tweak it. That's cool. Right. But it's like, imagine getting a Hot Toy and constantly, I got to do this to it. I got to do that to it. I would never, to me, it doesn't make sense.
But what is this 100% accuracy thing anyway? Like, if you really think about the psychology behind it, who's the judge? Where are the contests that you're going to enter this thing into? Who are you going to show it to?
Exactly.
Who are you going to show it to that's going to question it?
Thank you.
Even a fellow collector isn't going to be like, oh, you should have gotten the other one because the pin on the lapel is different. Like, nobody cares.
Exactly.
So what are you doing? You're crazy. Me and my buddy Jim, Old Monkey, we call it trying to appease the invisible collector. We go, well, maybe we should get this because what if somebody looks at it and it's like, nobody's ever looking at this. Like, I don't invite people over to look at my collection. I'm not a show-off. Like,
exactly. That's what, same thing with me. People make fun of my collection. People hate my collection because it's crowded. I don't have module cases. So it looks full. It looks messy. And I understand. I don't care what anybody thinks about my collection because it's my collection. I look at it, not you. It's my business. It doesn't affect you. I pay for it. So whatever people think about it, I don't care.
And guess what? I'm not even near the numbers you are, and I'm already starting to get some crowding issues because you run out of space.
Right.
So I'm like, when I first started collecting, I was like one per detail area looks nice and clean.
Yep.
Then I'm like, I'm starting to lose space here. I'm okay. 2's looking good. That's how you get to 6, 7 in one little spot. And people go, oh my God, that's crazy. Doesn't he have more artistic merit? Doesn't he want to make it look like so-and-so's wall or whatever. And it's like, well, sure, everybody would like a huge house where you could have a collection room you could bring 30 people into, but there's limitations on things. What are you going to do?
Right.
Fabs has 2,000 figures. Where are you going to put them all?
Right,
I'd be crawling out of my toilet if I had that many here.
Exactly. And another thing is, I put them on the shelf as they come. You know what I mean? I don't like take stuff out to put stuff in and then rearrange. Like
Thank God you don't pose.
Well, exactly. Imagine me posing. I would have no room. I would have 500 figures right now.
We'd only be able to see your eyeball on this stream. It'd just be figures and an eyeball moving around.
I'm telling you. So that's why when people talk shit about my collection, you don't like it. You don't like it. I'm sorry. But guess what? It's not yours. So you don't have to worry about it. You know what I mean?
People are going to talk shit no matter what you do.
Exactly.
It does not matter.
None of that affects me. None of that bothers me. If you're going to be a hater, you're going to be a hater regardless. So you ain't taking it out on me. So somebody sent me a screenshot of people talking smack about my collection specifically. Guess what I did? I don't know who they are. I know they don't know me. I blocked them. Why? Why did you block them? You don't know them. They don't know me either, but they hate me. So guess what? They'll never have to see my collection ever again. It's that simple. So what do they have to think about now? It ain't going to be me because they ain't going to see me ever again. So now what? Who are they going to hate on? It's a joke. They're a joke. Rob, welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. You made it. How are you? Let's see. All right. So, guys, we're going to do our last topic and we're out of here. So, wait, where am I? Oh, here. All right. Last topic, guys. We're going to get the wheel.
And by the way, real quick on that Hot Toy Batman, I own it. I've left it just like that. Beautiful. You don't need to do anything to it. Did you even change the cape on it or no? Nope. All I did was change the hands, make it more, but
more dynamic.
Yep, I have it with the Jazz Inc. Batmobile and the Hot Toys motorcycle, and that's why I can't wait to have InArt, because with the InArt I'll divide it up, between the vehicles.
Oh, this is a good one to end the show. Andre has a question. I'm new to the show. Can I see your collection? Absolutely. Give me a second. I'll hook you up. I'll hook you up with some action.
Put the referral to your collection tour in there too.
Well, that's what I'm gonna put the link there so he can.
I thought you were gonna move your camera around for him for a minute.
No way.
Show him the refrigerator.
I'm gonna share the link.
I gotta get myself some internet cameras and stuff.
Will, are those the new MDLXs?
Yeah, it's the 3-0 Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie.
Yep.
And I forget his name. Shit, Optimus Prime.
Optimus.
With both from 3-0. Yeah, I've had them for a while. I just didn't unbox the Bumblebee.
Right, but that's from the Bumblebee movie, both of them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, those are the ones I got. I can't see on my little screen. All right.
How tall are they? 12 inches? 16 inches?
The Prime is like, I think, 13 inches, something like that. The Bumblebee's a little smaller, but he scales the way he's supposed to.
Okay.
And I'm waiting on
they're
the
fantastic.
I got my hands on a Soundwave finally.
Yeah, they're great. They're great.
Yeah,
I wish they would make that Starscream in an DLX. They got those 3 in the MDLX, Skywarp and the other one there.
Yeah.
But I'm not going smaller. I want the bigger ones. But.
Yeah, same here. I'm only getting certain ones. I'm not going too deep into the Transformers. Just the ones I really like,
Yep.
All right. So it looks like I shared it. Did it go through, guys? Let me know if it went through. If you guys see the link.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, good. All right, awesome.
That's a crazy link.
Yeah, it's like 10 billion.
Like a Chinese menu.
Launch codes.
All right, guys. So our last topic, as we saw, was, I don't know, let me see for those who missed it. So it's personal anecdote. So the reason why I put this on here is because I feel like since we've been around, Nefty's been since 2020, and obviously, you guys been around before. I feel like we all have stories of the collecting world, the community being around for as long as we've been. Even Nefty being around 4 years, I can guarantee you he has stories of things that have happened. So I want to start with Will. Will, first, tell us a story, something, whether it's good or bad, that happened to you in the community that you'll never forget.
Well, one time at band camp. I mean, I'm just kidding. No, I honestly haven't really had a bad experience, with anything. The worst thing I could say about was the Mandalorian loop. Remember when I ordered it from was it Comic to Concepts? And
Right.
the guy didn't rip me off or anything, but he took his sweet time to deliver it, man. This guy was going to cons. He had the figures there, and you got your customers waiting. I thought you should have shipped those out before you went to the con, but that's just me. But other than that, in terms of like issues with any other YouTuber or anything like that, no. And I watch some YouTubers that,
right. But even
but
like
I still watch a couple,
figures,
but
even like selling figures, buying figures, nothing, no bad experiences with that.
In terms of buying them, what do you mean, from companies?
Yeah, like from people, in the community. Any experiences with anybody in the community, like buying figures or just confrontation in groups or anything like that?
No, I can honestly say that. I watch where I buy from. I pretty much just buy from Sideshow. If I buy from anywhere, it's like recommendations from guys like you that have been buying from certain places. They got a track record. I might try them, like Toys for Adults. The only time I've ever bought overseas, because I don't want, something breaks, so I'm not gonna get on a freaking canoe and go to China and knock on somebody's door,
Right. And that is the only thing that's scary,
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. So I'd rather just, I'll wait for it. I don't have to have the first one and all that. I can wait,
Oh,
and William Wang also was another guy. That's because Rob, recommended him, and it went smooth. And I hope Rob finally got his Umbra Trooper, because he told me he hasn't got it.
Oh wow! I think Rob is here too. Rob, let us know if you got it yet. The link took me to InArt's Facebook. This guy, unbelievable.
Milk.
He's a plant. He's a plant.
Unbelievable.
That's comment of the night. We got to start giving out awards.
Yeah. Comment of the night. You sound sexy like that.
Hey.
How dare you?
I'm still in the waiting queue for the 000.
Oh my God, that is hysterical.
What a jerk off job that thing is.
I clicked the link and my bank account is empty. Oh my God, you guys are insane.
We'll give you store credit.
He said the link took me to OF.
Oh my God.
You guys are insane. Oh my God. Personally, Jordan, welcome. He says, personally modify a figure is fun, is personalize the figure for your liking. Exactly. Not every figure, exactly 100%, but I enjoy it. I don't have the space dedicated being a violent collector. Yep, that's true. And that's why I said, right? If you don't get figures all the time, it's understandable that you want to tweak the one figure that you get, whether it's a figure every 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, whatever it is, right? So that's a very good point. A lot of people aren't volume collectors. They don't get everything, which is what I said, which is understandable. Right. So a lot of people do, like, for example, there are people who strictly collect Batman, right? They'll get every single Batman, every single variation of Batman, every single scale of Batman, every single style of Batman, right? Because that's their guy. So stuff like that, I understand, because they're focused on that guy and they want that, their favorite character to be 100% perfect. So that I get that, right? But imagine me, who buys everything, to sit there tweaking everything to make it perfect for who? No, it's crazy. So that's what to me, it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense for a lot of you guys, obviously.
There's so many other aspects of this hobby. That's what's great. It's like, it's not just the figures. It's displaying them. It's tweaking them. It's modifying. It's
different lines, different sizes. All that.
Yeah. Like it's an all day thing. I mean, at work, I work with my hands, so I put my headphones on and I can listen to stuff. And I listen to a lot of streams all day because it just kind of, you hear the same things over and over, but it kind of keeps you in the mode of things. And you, every now and again, a new idea will pop in your head and you're like, you know what, I'm going to try that. And it's something that keeps you busy for another week until another figure comes or whatever. Cause you get that missing the dopamine rush when there's too much space between your arrivals, you need something to do. So that's the time to go tweak your figure or, tweak your display or whatever,
Rudy says best source for third party is overseas. Don't listen to Fabs. Present toys is premium. Oh my god. Jordan says so. I have to picky with figures, so spending time plus money to improve something is enjoyable. But I respect your style to buy it at. Yeah, no. Everybody, like I always say, everybody collects differently. Everybody does obviously what their budget allows them to do, what they like. Not necessarily, you could have somebody that has a lot of money and they just don't feel like they need to buy everything, right? There's nothing wrong with that. You people like buy what they like, and that's it. Axel says, yo, everybody, you too, where are you? I can't believe you. Unbelievable. What do you think about kind of concepts? I purchased from him once. I've had the one purchase I had, we had an issue, right? He said he shipped it, I never got it, and it was just a nightmare. But when it comes to customer service, I know Josh as a person. I've streamed with Josh plenty of times. I've never had a problem with Josh.
He's not going to rip you off.
Yeah,
I have nothing bad to say about Josh.
No issue with him. I got the Afterlife from him, and no issue with him.
It's just the delay I didn't like.
And I bought other small things, but something as delicate as the Afterlife, which is a big package from California.
Yeah. Right. That's what I ordered from him. But I never got it. He said he shipped it, and he's like, yo, that never shipped. And then he's like, oh, they said you got it. I was like, I never got anything. So it was a nightmare. But like I said, as a person, I know him as a person, from years ago when we used to stream. He never came off like a scumbag. He never came off like a weasel. He never came off like he was looking to rip people off. So when it comes to that, I can never say anything bad about Josh, regarding his business or anything like that. I do know that people complain about, him getting figures late and stuff like that. But when you're getting him for a discount, how can you really complain? You know what I mean?
Yep, you do get a discount.
So Big Rip says, what do you think? Oh, I read that. Rooted here, everywhere. Rooted here. Andrew says, man, your room is sick. I really like the make graphic. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. I'm waiting on what's her name? The last girl they made, not Tina. What the hell's her name? I forget her name. The last girl they made from Devil May Cry. She's gonna be out soon. I forget her name. Mojo, welcome. Says I typically order from Sideshow. I believe their program. So that is one of the reasons why I started buying more from Sideshow. Even though we're paying more, I feel like those points, man, like when they add up, you're like, man, that's awesome. It feels good having, it sucks overpaying every time, but when you get that kickback, you're like, nice, so that's why I don't mind.
But wait a minute though. That is misleading though, because I thought the same thing until you turned me on to Toys for Kidults, and they've been so good to me lately that I've been kind of going there more often than not. And what I'm finding is that the extra money I would have had to pay, the little bit more for Sideshow plus the shipping and tax, that's what kills you. That extra money that I'm paying every time is my rewards points. So it's not a gift. It's my money. So it's just like your tax return. The government's not like, here, nice job. It's your money.
Right.
And so that's where I disagree with that. Those reward points are a bit misleading, and you don't get. I mean, they're the best in the business in terms of what you get for But it's I don't know. I don't think it's all that.
You're 100% right. But the thing with the points, with me was, I'm getting the points, but I'm also getting the figure as soon as it comes out because we're getting it from Sideshow. So as soon as Sideshow gets it, we get it. So that was the second reason. Another reason why I said, you know what, I'll stick it with Sideshow because of the fact that I know I'm going to get the figure that much quicker. Now I don't really care. I'll get it whenever I get it, because I'd rather save that money than overspend for no reason whatsoever when I know I'm going to lose money anyway, And
I love Sideshow. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Their website's great. Everything is top notch. They're a little long sometimes to get the figures, but what are you going to do? The third world or first world problems. Quit complaining.
Right.
Gandalf.
I ordered 3 clones from
Quit complaining, but I'm going to keep complaining.
Yeah, sorry, Joe. Yeah, I ordered 3 clones so far from Kids for the Adults, and they came very fast, man.
Oh yeah,
He ships very quickly.
Really fast.
We get points on the website too, guys.
Yes.
Brad says Fabs collection amazing, especially the InArt. This guy, he doesn't quit. He doesn't quit with the InArt. Stacking those sideshow points to get the Love and Thunder. Yeah. So right now I'm at $180 of accumulated points. I don't know what I should buy with that. That's it. Well,
That's what you got?
Well, I haven't been buying from Sideshow.
Dude, I got 895.
Send me some.
Oh.
No, but you know how it is. It doesn't kick in until I get the figures.
Well, no, right.
Well,
I got 150 or something.
The most I've had on there was $1,200. Like waiting, like pending. Yeah.
Jesus.
But I always spent.
I think is it the expiration date or something?
Now there is. They added that new. Before you could have that thing for years. Now it's like within a certain amount of time, it's gone.
Oh, for the points? For the
points, yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. I don't know why they did that.
But it only starts expiring after you get it. You know, when you pass that, you receive the item and then the 40-day pass, and then the clock starts running.
It's like milk.
All right, Joker J.
Yes.
Any stories, any personal anecdotes, good or bad, from things that like you remember, whether in the past or recent, that you're like, oh man, I'll never forget that.
With just the community or Hot Toys or what?
Yeah, everything regarding the community collecting Hot Toys, anything.
No, nothing bad. No, I mean, I think the drama stuff gets blown out of proportion. I think there's
drama with what, like InArt, or drama like
no, the community drama, like I think there's groups of people that get along better with certain people, and that's just the way it is. And some of the mudslinging and stuff that happens, it's kind of just it's par for the course when you get a lot of people and people group up into little groups and stuff like that. But I think some people get a little too serious about it. I mean, at the end of the day, these fights are ridiculous. No reason to get personal. That's the only thing that I've seen that's kind of been shocking or anything to drool or talk about. Other than that, everything's pretty cool. I mean, I never in a million years even knew this existed. I was just looking for some cool stuff online one day, and I stumbled across a Batman 6-scale figure, and I was like, what the heck is this? Like, look at the real pleather, you know what I mean? Like, this is different than a 1/12 scale character, you know what I mean? And it sent me down this path that here we are, I'm on a stream talking to you guys. I would never have met you guys before. This is all pretty cool stuff, you know what I mean? I got my buddy into it, Jim, Old Monkey, he's into it. You meet new people every day. A lot of us live relatively close. We'll all meet up at some point. I mean, good, and good.
No, that's very good. That's a very good point too.
Yeah.
Nefty. Last but not least.
I haven't had any bad experience. I mean, I try to avoid the toxic. Funny, because I got into this hobby and community to avoid toxic, given my old profession, and quickly I learned that there were groups that you want to avoid. You don't want to get into mudslinging. I'm 51 years old. I came from a world where everybody will curse me till the ends of earth because it was the job, and you took it. And I found this as a therapy thing, and family and kids loved it, because you got to remember, now I'm retired. I wake up in the morning, I'll do my workout. My kids are off to school. Wife is still working. I'm alone, and all I do in the afternoon, I'll probably have dinner ready for the family. But other than that, it's just me collecting and enjoying this. I'm very peaceful. I don't even argue anymore. I'm in a light. Don't worry about it, guys.
Yeah.
I try to avoid conflict, but I learned quickly that in this community there are pitfalls here.
You see it, yeah, right.
And it's shameful, like you mentioned, Fabs. There's all styles of collecting. Some will collect more than others. Some are better off than others. But it doesn't matter. We're all collectors, You might like the apples, I might like the orange, but the spirit of collecting, that's what should bond us, And hey, listen, and I get it. some people ain't gonna get along. It is what it is.
Correct. And that's life. That's just life. Not everybody's meant to get along. Not everybody's meant to be.
I'm learning Joker J is an artist all around, musician and to art. That's a world that's like foreign to me. In my house, my wife is a lawyer. She was a former prosecutor. My son is on his way to law school. My other son is the one that's breaking the mold. He's going to be into physics, and my daughter is going into the technology thing, forensics and stuff like that. But so you know, I mean, I will say this though. When I was in college though, and I was college in the city, I was an usher in the Broadway theaters. Now that was unionized, but I was a non-union worker because I was a college student. But I get to see all the Broadway shows for free, and it was amazing to see the magic go up every night. And like, you know, if it rained on stage. If there was a gun going off, it was going off. And just the storyline. So I saw that part of the art world, and it was amazing. And a couple of years later, I wound up as a police officer. Forget about it.
They saw the real fireworks.
No, they say in the academy, they say in the police academy, being a police officer in New York City is like having front row seats to the greatest show on earth. You get to see everything in New York.
Crazy. Literally everything. No, it's crazy.
But you know, so this community was my way of a therapy. Little did I know that there's a toxic element to it, but nevertheless, I've avoided it. I welcome, you know, if I have something and someone really needs it, and you know, we get to talk, and I get to send it to them.
Yeah.
You know,
Nefty, we got to talk more often.
I'm going to tell you one thing. I have one rule. I will never sell any of my things. I will never. If I want to get rid of it, hey, you need something, you're into this line, here you go.
I'm going to send you a list, Nefty. I need a few things. So guys,
I have nothing to do. But let me tell you something, man. Going back to that old thing I was saying, that Star Trek from Tommy, Starship Enterprise, Ming, I'm going to take a picture of that. You guys see that?
I want to see it. Oh. But guys, we did it. Thank you guys. Cheers. Thank you guys for being here. Also, we'll be back obviously on Saturday, guys. Mike will be here. Hopefully Brandon will be here. I think Brandon should be done with his website. And he needs to obviously, you know, show us. So he has those news coming up soon. Again, I don't know if he'll be done Saturday or not, but we'll see what happens. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Joker J,